In our last lesson of solving systems of equations, we're continuing to learn solving by elimination. This time we will have to multiply both equations in order to get one of the variables to cancel. As you can see from our steps off to the right, you want to take a look at the variable with the smaller coefficients. It makes our life easier. Yes, we'll be using calculators. No, it really doesn't matter which variable you choose to cancel, but it might make your life easier if you choose the one with smaller coefficients. In this case, the x coefficients are both smaller than or equal to the y coefficients. And another thing that's nice about our x coefficients is that one's positive and one's negative. So we get to just multiply through by positive values. Looking at those x coefficients, we have 3 and -2. 3 and 2 both go into 6. So I will multiply the first equation by 2. 2 times 3 will give me that 6. I'll multiply my second equation by 3. 3 times -2 will give me -6, so my x's will cancel. Multiplying that 2 through the entire equation, we have 6x minus 10y equals 8. And that second equation, we have -6x plus 9y equals 6. Adding our equations together, our x's cancel. -10 plus 9 is -y. 8 plus 6 is 14. Dividing both sides by that -1, that coefficient of y, we get a y value of -14. Solving for x, I'm going to use the first equation because my x has a positive coefficient. Substituting that -14 in for y. Multiplying the -5 times 14 gives us 70. Subtracting 70 from both sides. And dividing by 3. We get x equals -22. So our solution is an ordered pair, -22, -14. Using the equation I did not use to solve for x to check, I'm going to substitute -22 in for x. -14 gets substituted for y. And we'll see if we get 2. -2 times -22 is +44. 3 times -14 is -42. And 44 minus 42 is 2, so our answer checks out. One more example, we'll run through the rest in class. Our x coefficients, again, are smaller than our y coefficients, so we'll be multiplying by 3 and 2 so that both of our x coefficients end up equaling 6. Now you won't always use the other coefficient when you're multiplying. Sometimes you could have a smaller common multiple than just multiplying them both by each other. Adding these equations together, our x's cancel. -18 plus 22 is 4y, and 0 plus 8 is 8. Dividing both sides by that 4, we get a y value of 2. Using this equation to solve for x, I'm going to substitute 2 for y. Multiplying 11 by 2. Subtracting that 22 from both sides. 3x equals -18. Don't lose track of those negative signs. Dividing both sides by 3, we get x equals -6. So our solution is -6, 2. And of course, using the other equation to check and make sure that we got the correct solution, -2 times -6 minus 6 times 2 should equal 0. -2 times -6 is +12. 6 times 2 is 12. And of course, 12 minus 12 is 0, so we got our solution to check.